samurai to send it down, cause love should not hurt, but know how to roll it.
So guys, it's been an amazing journey all the way from Harare, Mashonaland, Manicaland, Mashingo, Midland, and finally we are here in Bulawayo, and I can't wait to see what Bulawayo has in store for us. Judges, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Guys, are you ready?
Yes.
Well, I am ready. Is our first contestant ready? Let's find out. We have contestant number 98 to take us on.
Now this is the exact expression that we're talking about. We as people, we tend to criticize instead of giving strength. A lot of you here know that I blanked out. Now as we see and treat others, so do we see and treat ourselves. By recognizing the true self in others, we also find it in ourselves. Perfection is overrated. An idea doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be implemented. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow a vision. Oh, my manners, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be alarmed, do not be shocked. For a minute, an optimist, no pessimist. I'm just but an opportunist. Standing here to say what? Standing here to say no to gender-based violence, no to sexual harassment, and a big yes to child protection. Yes to condomizing. Yes to abstaining. Responding to the name Blessing Temashani, here to present a speech entitled The New Violence. Now the problem has come to our own nation, to destroy and not to build. Acting the same way as COVID-19, involving each and every one of us, either old or young, injected or not, you all suffer. A problem of gender-based violence, where a young girl is forced to marry Mr. 50 years, all in the name of love, where a boy is raped by Mrs. 42, but failed to go and report, all in the name of being a man. I mean, a problem of sexual harassment, where he or she, whoever it is, forces you to sleep with them without any protection, and yet you don't want. It pains me a lot to think that after all this, you will now have to be an everyday pill drinker. Why? Because you have taken the sexually transmitted infection from him or her, and you now have to encounter false and unwanted pregnancies because of the problem of sexual harassment and gender-based violence. Now you know what? Hope is the last thing ever lost. One man once said in a quote, for every problem, there is always a solution, close quotes. Let's fight against gender-based violence. It is never too late for us to perform awareness campaigns against gender-based violence and sexual harassment and be advocates of gender equality, the voices of the voiceless. We give a round of applause to our own government for trying by all means to fight against gender-based violence. This is evidenced by some of the organizations that have been introduced, the likes of Musasa Project, Adult Drug Clinic, just to name a few. We as a nation can work hand in glove with the government to try and fight for the betterment of our future. Why? Because the term gender involves you, and it involves me. A male, whether either you're a male or a female, we are all involved. They say time changes things, but you know what? You actually have to change them yourself, because, and they open codes. Iba yindoda ephakamisa isandla sayo ukuvikela hatshi ukuchana, close quotes. Stand up for what you believe in, even if you're standing alone. Stand up, stand out, stand tall, and say something to say what? And they quote, because Amanda Asengawet, close quote. Thank you.
Yeah! Amanda! Great! We have P. Come back. That was a beautiful, powerful speech right there. All right. You know what? If you're giving us your speech, I was just thinking, how occupied she told me her age, what level is she? Is she a head girl? Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
No, it's not a problem.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Blessing Temashani. I am the head girl of Sanitation Academy College.
Yeah, leadership in the house. All right. I love that. Okay, judges.
Right. How are you, Messi?
I'm fine.
Normally, we just call you contestant number 98. But I like you've changed my pattern of scoring from wherever I've been. I've been to Italy, I've been to Mashuimo. Every person will start, I start with the mic, but today change it. So I'm happy to see someone starting on a high note and knowing why they are here and speaking your mind that you are a speaker as well, and we will be worried to see you progress to the next level. We will be worried. You just do it.
Thank you so much, contestant number 98. Thank you for your confidence. For me, I would love to see you do more, to speak more, because the confidence is there. You know what you want to talk about, so the content is there. And hoping that in the future, when you have left school, that you will pursue this path of speaking. Maybe it's not speaking, maybe poetry as well, spoken word, that you continue in that path because you have what it takes.
Thank you. My comment is just a simple one that you are doing everything right, except that I would love to see you on your content. You kind of came prepared to put up a speech, but I want you to own it because it's yours, so that you can convince everyone that listen, it's me talking, not someone else using you to get the idea.
All right, thank you so much, judges. So you opened the show, and one of the judges said you opened it on a high note. What do you think, well, about all the remarks that you received from the judges?
I really appreciate them, and I know that they are going to change my life, and I will take them all into consideration because they make me.
All right, thank you so much, contestant number 98. I wish you the best. All right, so that was our first contestant. Started the show on a high note. What should I say? Maybe it's a flyer thing. Let's find out if the other contestants are going to give us the same vibe. Well, Lyle, we have our next contestant, and that's contestant number 45. 45. Hello, beautiful. All right, let me adjust it for you. All right, I want you to speak through the mic, okay? All right. So where you coming from? All right. And see, you are at school. What grade are you? All right. And you're here too? All right. Who did you come in? Yay! We appreciate the support. So go for it. I wish you all the best.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all protocols observed. The girl said in front of you is Teresa Pato. It is a prudent for me to unpack it to all of you about sexual, reproductive health, and gender-based violence. All children have the right to. All children have the right to. All children have the authority to. All children have the authority to make their own free and informed choices and control over their sexual and reproductive health, free from violence and abuse. Before outlining more important statistics, it is right to highlight girls and young women in particular are denied the competence to exercise these rights. Victims can suffer sexual reproductive health burdens, including forced unwanted pregnancies, unsafe abortions, and sexual transmitted diseases. The extent of violence against women and girls across the world is increasingly not only as human violation, but also a health problem that affects physical and mental health of millions of women, girls, boys, and girls globally. We all know, ladies and gentlemen, that gender-based violence against women and girls is a prevalent global health problem and human rights violation. However, having some rights or some of many circumstances that impact negatively on people's sexual and reproductive health and
Alright, I will start simple. Can I be harsh a little bit? If you are not prepared to go on stage, don't go on stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this number 45. Go and practice more. When you practice, it will build your confidence, will build the skill that you need to confidently stand on the platform and give us your public speaking. So always practice. Don't take it down just for practice. Use it wisely. Get people to help you. So that they build up your confidence and you're able to present well. Thank you.
I like it. You're a public speaker. It's a day like this where you're just supposed to start by reading. If you've got your cue card, if you've got whatever you have, use it. Don't wait to start and then get it. Why we are here, and the reason why we drove all the way from our homes, Arabe, Africa, is to hear young people speak on GBV and sexual reproductive health, and you did that. So I'm happy for you. You just in practice. There are people like me who can't recite things, but if you have an opportunity to read like you wrote it. So next time, take the opportunity, read it like you wrote it. Don't worry about the people, read your speech, you never know. So I like you. All the best. You never know anymore.
All right, thank you so much, judges. Tell me, how long did it take you, sweetheart, to work on your piece? It took you a week. All right. How did you find out about the competition? Okay. You know what? You did yourself a favor to come here on this stage. Trust me, there are a lot of people who cannot come and stand in front of people, the whole of Zimbabwe, just to talk about SRHRN.
Are you in a public speaking group in school? You're not. You need to join a public speaking group so that you learn from students. You saw what the head girl did. You need to learn from here. Recite, writing your good. So you need to just take time to recite, memorize, then you're good to go.
All right, give me 5. I wish you the best, okay? Yeah, thank you so much for this 45. We're here in Bulawayo talking about SRHR and GBV. And the young people, they seem enthusiastic about it. Contestant number 96, come show us what you made of. Yeah, the lady in red. You know, it's not just the quote, but it's also the hair. The hair, I love you. Yeah, which is ridiculous. Alright, what inspired the hairstyle? It's only yours. So you just thought, you're like, you know what, I'm just going to be all red and I'll just have this fade.
Yeah.
And then you tell the guy, I'm actually thinking of even cutting my hair also very short. Thank you so much. What are you here for? Poetry. Your first poet today. I wish you the best. Go for it.
Today I'm going to present about COVID-19. There was a snake which entered the world. The snake which had never been heard of. Some said it was the pandemic, while others said it was coronavirus. Others said it was COVID-19. The pandemic which came to kill, steal and destroy. To kill the people, to destroy our social, economic and political lives, and to steal our happiness. Coronavirus started like a joke and ended like a soul. So I'm full of sorrow. Churches were closed, schools were closed, it was like a cold door. COVID-19 came like a wind. We washed our hands, we sanitized, we wore the face mask, we vaccinated first and second and third dose. Still, people are dying. We just salute and honor the frontliners who became brave and fight against this COVID-19.
Siyabonga, 96. Very good poem right there, judges. Do you agree with me or not?
party. How did you know about this competition? Who told you about the competition?
Also, I turned the radio. I had on the radio.
You heard on radio. Oh, I didn't hear that happen, so I missed it. So you are misguided there.
Yes.
Don't trust those guys. The theme was supposed to be on sexual reproductive health and gender-based violence. COVID, yes. Yes, and if you added a little bit of how COVID has affected people's lives on gender-based violence, you would have taken the stick because you are good points, and if you get good mentorship, you let each other. But for these tournaments, the theme is not there, so now I get worried. I don't know other judges. For me, I came here for the theme of gender-based violence and sexual reproductive. You have another one for gender-based violence?
Yes.
Do it. Well.
Sasidiniwe. Asisakwazi nokuthi singahlala duku umama uchaye ubaba, duku ubaba uchaye umama. Asisakwazi ukuthi singathola uphi umlindi esingacatsha kuwo. Umlindi esingathola i-happiness le-joy. Lesikolo sengehluleka ukuparticipate because yonke into ebuyayo ukuthi umama uchaye ubaba uchaye umama. Angisakwazi nokuthi ngenzeni. Kusasa ngizobona inyembezi zikamama, kusasa ngibone inyembezi zikababa. Lokuthi ngenzeni angikwazi. Ngingumama, ngingubaba, ebanaweni bami. They need me. So ngenze njani? Umlindi esingawuthola asiwazi ukuthi singathola umlindi esingacatsha kuwo. Sizikhave ngoba lapho asisatholi ukuthula nokuthaba. Izihlobo asisazazi. Sezibuya nxa kulokuthaba kuphela. Singathola kuphi umlindi esingacatsha kuwo. Sesidinga lo mlindi lapho esingathola kuwo sicatshe sithole lentokozo.
Alright.
So much is the siyaphela sifanele sona sikabathali. Tuku yini bathali tuku. Ubaba eshayo mama tuku ubaba eshayo baba.
I think it's a good thing we are really showering.
Yeah. Is that humor? You know your what
I'm trying to find the show now.
Yeah, it's now. I like it. You need to work on your confidence. And is this point, did you write it or was it wrong?
No, I write it.
Oh, beautiful. Let me leave it to Mary Charlie.
Contestant number 96, for me, I would like to encourage you to work on eating better. So like what I said to the last contestant, practice. If you practice more, especially now so that you can own your feeling, your poetry, own your words. And it's important so that you are performing for us. But don't have bad and I'll feel this performing. Me as
Uchaika first poem, but I would say great comeback. The second one was almost there in terms of theme, it was almost there in terms of the depth of the poem. So how Chinese are how we are going to recover because now I'm looking out for a color of conversation, but you have a good recovery. So thank you very much.
Alright, all the best contestant 96. Let's see how this works out for you, okay?
Thank you.
Alright, great. So, we're usually referring to the power of reliability. This judge will be shocked if she's the only poet in the house to take us to the nationals. Can you imagine the power of being a viable? She might be the one to represent bulawayo province. Let's have contestant number 79 take us on. Kunjani? Ayuzawuphindwe nayibo. Yazi uyikhipha khona apha sending masisibheke vele hayi. Asibeke eceleni.
Izinto ezingangizilindi very absurd. So
Alright. I hope I'm not making you feel like that. No, I'm just pressure. So yeah. Sorry. You know, we need to make sure that men also have a little bit of some gift, you know, in their shoes, so that at least we get to the same level. Anyway. Yeah, man of many talents. We see you. So, Bernard. Siyabonga intumbane, siyayibongela ukuzona.
I'm doing
Motivational speaking. All right, go for it. All the best.
greetings, and greetings furthermore to you all. You might be wondering what defines life and the meaning of success. Life, something so invisible yet so significant. Invincible in its invisibility is life. The world may come to an end somehow, but the life in it won't. Challenges may come to pass, but success is long lasting. Now there's a small slip that almost everyone takes in life: poor judgment. We fail, get rebuked, denied chances to necessities, get sexually abused, just to name a few. All because we devoid the instincts. When we fall, we fall. Sorry, can I start? Greetings, and greetings furthermore to you all. You might be wondering what defines life and the success in it. Life, something so invisible yet so significant. Invincible in its invisibility is life. The world may come to an end somehow, but the life in it won't. Challenges come to pass, but success in life is long lasting. Now there's a small step that we take in life as people: poor judgment. We fail, we get rebuked, we get hurt, we get sexually abused, just to name a few, because we devoid the instincts. Great victory comes after a stunning defeat, only if we maintain our inertia and positive persistence in pursuits. You see, adversity introduces humans to themselves. That is where we find out what you're really made of. And that doesn't happen in your comfort zone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice left. Fight whatever it is that's hindering your success or your elevation in life, and prove to the enemies that you are better today than you were yesterday. All in a nutshell, what doesn't kill you only makes you strong, I think.
Thank you, the 29. You know, we're sitting there and saying, yeah, go for it. Me, I was supporting you the whole way. What was going on? I saw you like stammering, holding your hand, like, okay, let me start afresh. What was going on?
I'm trying, it's my best performance. So, there's this thing got stage fright. So it attacked me, but I had to go and as a motivational speaker, I motivated myself
Yeah.
to move on.
You see, he's leading by example. Thank you so much. Judges?
Hi, thank you so much, Senator. I struggled to follow in the sense of the theme in the motivational speech. Not to say the speech was, in of itself, was wrong. The theme was not it. So, please, when you apply to register for competitions, find out if it's being placed and practice. If you practice, even if it's your first one, just practice so that you have some form of confidence to get on stage. I know that nerves always, even as as performers, we're always nervous before we get on stage. But you always have to use those nerves to your advantage. So I put my card over to yourself. Yeah.
I think you have started well by talking with our hostess. I thought that was your way of trying to get out rid of the nerves. And I was actually saying, here is a young man who knows how to get on stage, laugh with people, and then get on with the business. But like she said, we are here because of a specific message, and that message is what we are looking for. And it's important that when you get on that stage, you are saying, I want to leave my people with a specific message, which is about GBV and SHR. And we failed to see that, or we failed to hear that. So work on that. But in terms of you knowing how to speak, I think there's so much potential there.
I like your jacket. You look smart. I like your jacket. You give it to me, I'll take it to Iraq. I'll go and say, I'm going to be pastor.
No, but I like it.
Or you preach that affinity in your speech, that this day is the man of God. Unfortunately, I want the man to say, I only had one part where talking about sexual abuse. I thought, then the people now coming, then it went again. So normally I say, yesterday, whenever you were all over. So now it's hard to follow you. You were here, you were there, then the judges. Okay? So all the best, maybe in the next competition, and we hope to see you again. Thank you.
All right, Siyabonga, 79, all the best, all right? Yeah, that was contestant number 79. Thank you so much. We appreciate the effort, we appreciate your presence. So the judge is saying, yeah, I feel very good, right? I we're referring to one coming here with something that's not being related. Then they just throw in SRHR there, they throw in GPV, like throwing in everything in order to be relevant. Yes, Yamama, thank you so much. Let's have contestant number 118 take us on. She's showing us like she has this, you can't get it anywhere like this. You know. Okay, I see, girl. So what inspired this kind of outfit? Like you've been tying your shirt and you're like, what's the inspiration? Poetry. Also, the poem is going to be, spicy. All right, go for it.
Ngivumeleni ngikhulume, ngivumeleni ngibongolose, ngenzeni indlebe ngizongilalela, ngowami umlomo ngizadazulula indaba. Ngiyabona yethu sonke la sizaluxazulula udaba lwe-gender-based violence. Ibizo lami nginguNohlelo Mahla, asikholiseni. Sizwe samthakazi kungenele, Afrika omuhle bonakelephi. Kutheni izizwe zivikela izizwe? Kutheni sesihlamukela nasodwa?
enjoy their poetry. But you would chill a bit on it of spice in general. Judges.
So I don't know about their attire. Why see what better?
No, this is the latest boys. Yeah.
Oh! I like it that we tackle the issue that I have not yet had anywhere else where men are taking advantage of the little kids that are left home. It was a good point. You were just looking at the audience, they don't give you marks. The guys that give you marks are sitting here, so you're busy interacting with those, and you were avoiding us. I knew you were avoiding us, you were afraid to forget your life. So you depended, I don't know who has got what do they call that thing that they use when they use? Somebody, the prompter there, so you were reading. Were you? Okay, cool. It was a good point. You're good. I could hear your the spices of this were there, the love it. You are a poet, you are a performer. Increase on your confidence. Look at the judges.
Thank you so much, contestant number 118. For me, I thoroughly enjoyed the confidence that you brought to the stage. As a word of advice, continue practicing. This is going to be my consistent word to everyone. Practice. But also try and tell us, don't show us, if that makes sense. So as soon as I said it, this is like moving up. What you're saying. You understand that? Whereas in this height, you're going to be given a platform just to stand behind the mic and give us a poem. And you won't be allowed to move around. So also practice when I work with you is a performance check. Just to work on your performance skills. Content is there, originality is there, even your writing skills. I hope words by the way. That's 12 diamonds in life.
Thank you. I think only a child. I would say there was a time in around this. Now we are finding dinner in our way so that we don't move around too much. And also say don't act out your poem, deliver your poem. But otherwise, content, confidence, everything is on point. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. All right, so I'm realizing that Maya has a lot of speakers. Guys, where are the singers on the piano? I don't think I was learning to hear a lot of my piano. I don't hear it live. I'm like, guys, I need to dance. Guys, I've been dancing throughout the whole provinces. I need some piano on the stage. Let's see what contestant number 92 has for us. Yeah. Hello, people. I'm fine. Where are you coming from?
Bulawayo, 95.
Good morning. What do you call it? Boost. Hey. So for someone who doesn't know anything about Bulumani, Yini, popular about the place.
We are messengers.
All right, so I'm saying one of them to present.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a singer finally. You're looking away. I'm trying to help here. I'm saying now that we're looking around, run away from me. You need to look at those charges. You need to look at that camera and own this space. That's it. Yeah, you came here to show us who's better with our ears, who's representing Bulumani, who's at it. And so, we have a it dance hall, piano, R&B.
For me, mostly the R&B.
Right, go for it. Alright, 92 is whispering. Yeah? You want to know George's?
I know what she said.
What did she say?
Saying I want to sing another one because this one there I not prepared. And I heard so many people say that. But let's try what she did first. She's not in charge. She's just hosting you. We are in charge. What were you saying? What was you that?
Just his style. So,
No. But in this one that we're singing, what were you saying?
I was thinking about HPV. You need to open so
That we need to.
yeah,
Much like competition, you don't see the music perform to it.
yeah.
I have never do it. Okay, so can you do it without the beats?
Yeah.
I want to hear the word on GBV because I didn't hear anything. You're just walking around. I don't know. Let's maybe it's the lady. You see now, the challenge of sending a chief educator who speaks shorter in particular. Let's do that again without the beats. Let's hear what you're saying.
I'm saying facts in the facts of life. All the time we pray, but won't you come and see through? True, it's that the day came through and Lord God. And won't you see me through? Say, top of my head and you think that's for one only see my shining blue face. Baby, dead, I love you, want to talk about GBV. True, you be showing my gravity, and that I be
Exactly, your problem. At least I heard that there is GBV in that. I love it. I came here for the film. I only came here to see if young people are going to talk about GBV. So you said it, let me leave it to my partner.
Thank you. Number one, for coming onto the stage. It's not easy. But number two, actually I use mobile phone. I'm giving you advice so that wherever you go, you understand. So singing is really about opening your mouth. Who inspires you? Heyman. Sorry? Heyman. And so that's the local person that inspires you. Yes. Internationally, who inspires you? Alexia. Alright. Now it makes sense. Open your mouth more. The style of music is fine, but just so that you can articulate. Like a fool on stage because you're opening your mouth like this. But the person standing there or sitting there can hear everything that you say. That's the whole point. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much. Contestant 92. All the best, alright? Okay, great. Whew, it's quite interesting. So the next contestant right here is contestant number 84, okay? I'm on the stage. So contestant 84, there's something interesting about this amazing contestant, right? So when he was sitting right there, he was laughing. He was hearing the remarks of the judges and he was laughing. And then after laughing, this is what he did. He just faced down and then he went like, when you're scared, why are you scared?
I know, I can say this is like my first competition.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright. But you know what? I love your outfits. Got them dripping. Drip. What inspired the jerseys like yours, the chalk and the pink, and then the durag.
Okay, like the hip-hop artist, I can say. So, it's my style, yes.
Alright, he's going to drop it like ha. Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Hit us.
Yeah. It's what a beat, right? Okay. Stop gender based violence. Stop gender based violence. Stop gender based violence. 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 Stop gender based violence. Stop gender based violence. Stop gender based violence. 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 Hey, Sabele, Matudov, Vazakat. Vaya Shaya, vaya Victor, vaya Accuser. Hey, get. Stop telling the bitch, violence. Stop telling the bitch, violence. Stop telling the bitch, violence. Violence. Hey, stop telling the bitch, violence. Hey, stop telling the bitch, violence. Stop telling the bitch, violence. 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 I'm a kid, I'm a Superman. Vaya cara abafafi bati scared. Superman, man a Superman. A Superman, say a Superman. Stop telling the bed, violence. Stop telling the bed, violence. Stop telling the bed, violence. Violence. Alright. Thank you everyone. Thank you. I appreciate you.
So tell me, how long have you been singing?
Okay, what I can say is, music is my talent. I can say it's a gift from God. So what I can say is, I've never recorded, but I once performed in some shows, I can guess, and in my grandmother's birthday, I guess it was last year around 5 December. So more like, I heard about this competition. Honestly speaking, I heard about it yesterday. Okay, it was around, I guess it's 8. Then I asked the rest about the competition, and then my friends were telling me, we're gonna go for this one. Then I said, I don't trust myself. That's why I like, when you saw me, I was scared. So when I heard about it, the chess competition is all about gender-based violence. I've seen it in the other hours when we performing here. The only thing which we had to say was stop TPV, and I'm sure this one will be my first record song. Stop TPV. Bulawayo, this is the city of kids. Stop gender-based violence. I'm 15 years old.
Right. Is it who came up with that? That was dope, like the instrumental?
Oh, the instrument is like, honestly speaking, I didn't want to use this instrument. Why? Because I wasn't prepared. I'm telling you, like, I got to know about this competition yesterday at night and I had to write about it. So,
Thank you so much, sweetheart. You did amazing, judges.
I wanted to say maybe that prayer went.
Thanks a lot.
I love the energy. And also that because this is a competition about gender-based violence, the first word that came out of your mouth was about the theme. You didn't want to take us around and around and come back to the game. So thank you for that. And hope you are going to improve.
Thanks.
Also perform for the audience. But I think overall you did well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. For me, I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure what to expect. So I was pleasantly surprised, especially by the lyrical content, in particular the second verse. So I think if you work on more of the lyrical content, you have what it takes that Mr. Bai has just alluded to.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see how this goes. Maybe, like you said, this could be your first.
What?
You said this could be your first what?
Competition.
No.
Right. My first one.
You've forgotten.
Oh, thank you. Now I can see that the audience really loves me. Thank you. Yes, for the first song. And the title of the song will be like, GPV, stop taking up this violence. Thank you.
Thank you so much. world the judges. He was loved by the crowd. Let's see what contestant number 141 has in store for us. Good morning. Hello. Ciao. Yeah.
From
Blanky, all the way from Blanky, they're here at Sabella Studios to showcase their talents. Siabo, is always there.
Singing.
Right.
It's
That was the mania.
a bit signing for me in front of this
It's a big crowd, sorry.
It's gonna be, I never performed
Alright. So, how old are you?
25.
Okay, I'm good about.
Yeah.
You're criminal.
Yeah.
Who are you from Belgium? So, I don't respect. Go for it, judges. Hey. What's that?
Yeah. Chile. Oh, good. Yeah. Hey, Serafina, 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 yeah. Look, what's up? About just something that y'all do, which is your brother, and it's your motion. What's up? About just something that y'all do, which is your brother, and it's your motion. It's a pretty good Serafina, and this is the side Serafina, and when it's a machine, Serafina, up on the air, going to pretty Serafina, Serafina, about just something that y'all do, which is your brother, and it's your motion. Serafina, about just something that y'all do, which is your brother, and it's your motion. It's a pretty good Serafina, and this is the side Serafina, away to the machine. Serafina, my boy, I'm going to pay Serafina, Serafina, away, away, I'm going to fight, do it, so, let's see, I pretend, I couldn't mind, Serafina, go, Serafina, pretend, I couldn't mind, Serafina, Serafina, go, Serafina, yo, so, and it's
You see this guy? I love it. I find the laughter that laugh. Exactly. Alright, that was contestant. Well, it is still contestant number 141, and come on with Serafina. You know when you're singing that song? I wanted to ask you to look right in the Malay. Why recording?
like, I recorded the song, man, then I took out from a producer and said,
Oh, really? Producer for the Oh, I'm funny and say it. Who's making the check? Not what he recording studio very one time. But you have to tell me something. No one can so Serafina is that.
and with Serafina, she was told to this partner by her parents, she didn't do as they say, then she got prayed, then she dropped out of school, then all these things, like she was paying for this without compromising, like all these things. This is based on sexual reproductive health.
Alright, Serafina, second Mila. Judge is using what Serafina.
So, Serafina is what Africa concerns.
We take like
or a paper, alright, that is readable, which we are saying no condom, no sex. No condom, no sex, one condom, one round. I like the message. I like the message and I like the explanation. But like the lyric said to the other artist, open your mouth. And when still you have a back track, that is what lyrics on it. So now we don't know whether you're lip singing or you're listening to the back track or you're mixing with the back track. We're not so sure. So now when you bring your back track, make sure that it's either an instrumental or you are singing. Because now I'll ask you to do another song, just a random song, any random song. Even random song. I just want to hear whether you're in a musician or not. Yes, through the stage. Any song of the choice. Easy.
We should not really change this thing.
Yes.
Okay. I also do hip hop. Then Philippines.
Do that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember first day when I saw school, you were standing right to my ex, which is my alone. It was at the pressure, so I went from a distance. Everywhere, but tell the truth that I step on the couch. I ain't jam, show me kissing in the bathroom. To tell the truth that feeling was real big. But when I woke up, the feeling was gone. And the next time we talked and laughed, and that was over the morning. Thank you.
Right, so that's the thing. You don't sing for yourself. You are the one who knows the lyrics. But everyone else wants to hear. If I ask anyone, even the hip hop kids that are here, they won't even know what you say. And it's hard for an artist. You don't excel because you sing for people. So open your mouth, say your words right. If it's English, you want to hear everywhere. You want to hear it. Tupac used to say, I was the fool with the big gun breaking on the roof. We could hear that. So you can't be better than Tupac. Well, no, you can. But I'm saying you need to make your words heard. I don't know if I'm saying something. Judges.
Well, I think it's important that we hear because we want our audience to go home with a message. So if they don't hear the message, it means we are either just wasting their time or something else. But I like your spirit of traveling all the way by competition. But what I was saying, it's not just for you, I think for everyone. I think this is a competition for young people, guys. Where is the energy? Where is the fun? Where is the laughter? Because it's your competition, it's not for the judges. We are too old. So, but enjoy it. And just forget about winning for a moment and just say, this is my time, I'm on stage, I want to enjoy it. Then everything else, if you win, is a bonus. But enjoy. It's important that we enjoy and leave a message and leave a mark. You have a lot of potential young men. I think even when you go to the country, try and find some people that are performing, either work with them or just learn how to perform. But you have a lot of potential. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, contestant 141. I wish you all the best, all right? Let's see how it goes. Maybe you will be coming from country, going all the way to Harare. We shall see what the judges agree on. So guys, the theme is still the same. We're amplifying young people's voices on SRHR and GBV using arts. So listen, the judges are not only looking at your talent, okay? The judges are also looking at the content. If you are speaking to the need of the day, which is SRHR and GBV. So let's keep the competition going, let's have fun, and keep in mind that we're advocating for SRHR and against GBV. Contestant number 73, come on in. Kodwa yabona indlela ohamba nayo. Vele ukhathele nje. Uqeda ukukhuluma ujaji ukuthi yazi. Need to have that energy, guys. You know? Yes, it's called bulawayo. Oh my goodness, I forgot to touch on that. That's why I'm wearing these jackets, these sweaters, it is cold. Yeah, so tell me, where are you coming from?
Coming from Angel.
Yeah, bonjour. Salbona. Ubelaba. Alright, he's also competing.
No, he's not.
Definitely support. Oh, we love the love. Alright, so what are you here to do?
Performing a poem.
Alright, and how old are you?
20.
20. All the best.
Right. So this poem is about student-teacher sexual relationships. I'm sure a lot of us were witnesses to those during their high school. Right. No more sighs for sore eyes, only words mere ears. No sooner had she seen her blood than his sweat becomes her tears. As I grow my own beard, my naivety fades as my eyes confirm what I had always heard. I had chosen to take the truth in the bowl of salt for the sake of my sanity, for no longer person could keep peace in the sight of features vanishing in vanity. He has tufts of grey in whatever is left of his hair, and I'm pretty much sure he's the same around his shaft. They say age comes with wisdom, but there's no room for it under those tufts of grey hair, for how could wisdom ever bloom in such a perverted mind? A mind uncharacteristic of its kind. A mind mandated to paint the future in color. A mind burdened to breed virility and valor. Alas, a mind stuck in adolescence, defective and deficient of decency. She comes to him a virgin, not so he can come into her, but because the bearers are vigilant in their quest to quench community of bastards. Yet he, the crooked bastard, chooses to tread his cracked feet on her wet, tender concrete, leaving on her a permanent track, leading her down a path from which there is no coming back. How testing is it to one's belief that the chief teacher is the one full of mischief? What do we do when the incubator turns eater, or when the guard turns thief? It has been preached and preached that getting her an education will save the girl child. But how do we save the girl child from her saving? The burden to be lifted off your already worn shoulders only grows heavier. Who is to open her mind if the opener opts to open her legs? How is she to walk upright if behind closed doors you command her to bend over? How is she to have a bright future if you have only taught her what is in the dark? How is she to have a bright future if you have only taught her what is in the dark? Behind closed doors, you dive into her, drive your big black shaft into her thighs as you spread her legs to the side, oblivious of her size and the morals that you compromise. Her vocals, her moans, her cries are distorted by all the lies that you whisper into her ears as you tear her hymen and pride. How is she to fight for her right if of her pride nothing is left? Thank you.
Alright. Thank you so much for listening. Tell me, how long did it take you to work on this list?
I took a few days. I had competition sometime.
Or you read about it some time ago? Alright. Alright, and how long have you been a poet?
This is my first performance in college.
Okay.
I've only been writing.
Yeah, I come across your kind. They are always writing,
Right.
behind the desk. Then they don't want to step out and present their work. Alright, judges?
Yeah, right. I think your diction is proof enough that you're a good writer. My only advice is that for a performer, you don't have to tell us what your poem is about before you begin, because it kind of preempts everything, so that in that 2-3 lines that you're trying to introduce yourself, you've already told us everything. So if I were to walk out, I wouldn't miss anything. But the poem itself is brilliant. You should communicate what you want it to communicate without you explaining what it's supposed to communicate.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I, for one, as a lover of poetry, can be biased. But I would want to encourage you to if you want to pursue performance, that you take time to watch people who perform, so that you're already confident, so you're already articulate, but then now it's presenting it. Because if I were to close my eyes, I would still assume that you're reading it. Does that make sense? So to have a vast difference between you reading a poem and you actually reciting it in terms of performance. I'm not taking anything away from what you've offered to us today. I'm not taking anything away from the content that you have written, which is beautiful. It's poetry, and you delivered that. But just take time to work on the performance aspect of it.
Cause love should not hurt, but we know how to roll it. Love should not hurt, but we know how to roll it.
Rex City.
Maneno tata pumzisa sana ni mume wangu.